right, so I decided to create this video. First of all, Happy New Year to every tribe member in Passion Tribe. I wish you all the best. My phone, I forgot to put it on hold, but wish you all the best, health, love, wealth, and everything in between for 2016. But please don't forget to invest in yourself. That's something that you will truly never regret. All right, so let's get started. I wanted to create this quick little video about a new strategy I plan on implementing in 2016 for my personal brand. We're using medium.com. So what is Medium? Medium.com is it a social network? Not really, but it's more of a platform that you use to share stories and ideas. So if you really want to think about it, Twitter.com is about, 140 characters long, each tweet. There's not much you could say. A blog is somewhat 2,000, 3,000 words that you would host onto your own website. And Medium is somewhat in the middle. That's where I see it. It's a great platform that you could use to share stories, text, visual, you can put images, videos, you can format the text, similar to how you have it when you create a blog post if you're blogging. The one thing I love about Medium is, so if you're a blogger right now trying to develop your personal brand and you're creating content, one of the biggest challenges I guarantee that you have is how do you get people to discover your blog, read it, share it, and engage with it? It's very difficult, especially now with how Google takes a while for it to index your blog posts onto the search engine and actually rank it. Indexing might take less time, a couple of days, maybe a week, but for your blog post to show up in search engine rankings, it's somewhat very difficult. It's not as easy as it used to be, but it's possible if you know what to do. Medium.com, on the other hand, you're really writing to share the story, to share an idea. You're not focused on optimization to a certain degree. It's all about putting your thoughts out there. What's interesting is as soon as you publish something on Medium.com, it starts creating some sort of awareness by Medium recommending it to people who follow, for example, specific tags within the platform, or specific topics, or specific people that are related, or even people that follow you on Twitter. So what I want to show you today is I decided to use Medium.com as a new way of generating awareness of who I am and my passion for e-commerce. So at first, I was reluctant on using it because I was like, well, I'm already blogging. Should I also blog here? The idea is Medium.com is not a substitute for my blogging efforts. I still blog on my own personal website or the websites that I own. But this Medium.com, I said to myself, I shouldn't be ignoring it. I should leverage the network that's already built in there to drive traffic to what it is that I do. So the strategy for 2016 is, first of all, here's what you see in front of you right now is somewhat of a profile on Medium. You have your name, you have a small, like a short little bio, how many people follow you, your social media accounts, and your latest stories. So for 2016, I decided to use Medium.com as a way for me to share somewhat like a diary. But not any type of diary. I'm not sharing personal things that happen during my day on this diary. I use my social media sites, in my social media accounts, like for example, Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, to share my daily things that are not just related to e-commerce. I plan on using Medium.com specifically around what I'm trying to build my personal brand, which is e-commerce. So the idea behind the e-commerce diary is every day I'm going to write one blog post, I'm going to share one story on Medium.com that highlight 3 things I did, experienced, or I learned about during that day. Now, the one thing that you're going to notice if you plan on using Medium.com is it comes with a powerful smartphone app. What's interesting is, so let's say, for example, I wake up in the morning, I can create a draft on that app and say, for example, like this here, which is my day 1, which is today, e-commerce diary 2016, day 1. And I mentioned it's a beautiful first day of the year in Montreal, Canada. I'm enjoying the day off, staying at home and working on my projects. This really somewhat summarizes where I am, how's the weather, what am I doing currently today, what is the key highlight of the day. I have a day off, great, let me enjoy it. So using the app, what I did was really prepare the post in draft mode, and throughout the day, I'm going to add to it notes or the top 3 things that happened that day that need to be mentioned in there. So for example, today's day 1, I'm gonna soon publish this. I decided every single day, I love quotes. They motivate me, they inspire me. So I'm gonna highlight one key quote of the day that would help anyone who is involved in e-commerce. And this one is by Steve Jobs. Then I started highlighting the first item that I was working on. So one sentence, nothing more. Remember, I'm not trying to write 500 words or 250 words or optimize the content just for SEO. Nothing. I'm just sharing a thought or a story. One sentence, I say, today I'm working on lesson 1 of my upcoming course on how to better understand your customer to increase sales. That's what I'm working on. So this is something I did this morning when I woke up. I felt like working on it, so I'm like creating content for my upcoming course. The second thing I did was, okay, well, I started reading Utility, this book, Utility by Jay Baer. Did I spell it wrong? Utility, yeah, that's right. Oh, okay, well, Utility by Jay Baer. Now, again, I'm sharing the book I'm reading right now because I just started reading it, nothing more. Tomorrow, when I write about day 2, I might mention a specific section of the book that somewhat resonated with what I do, and I might share that thought with you as well. And the third thing is a new stat or a new fact that I learned about today, which is like 89% of shoppers have stopped buying from online stores after they've experienced poor customer service. This is a post I created and I shared it on my Instagram, on my Facebook, on Twitter, but I decided to also put it in there because it's somewhat valuable information to those who plan on reading this diary that day. If you're involved in e-commerce or someone who sells a product online, this will matter because if you hear that 89% of people will stop buying from you if you provide bad customer service, the fact that you read my diary, you might come back tomorrow to your job, to your business, to your employees, to your staff, and you might say, well, listen, can we evaluate our customer service experience? Are we doing good or not? The idea is these diaries that I plan on creating, it's not just to brag about what I'm doing or what is it that I'm thinking about. It's more about to kind of create a discussion or create some sort of, I'm poking the box kind of thing. I'm poking it to say, hey, by the way, did you take a look at your business right now? Did you evaluate your customer service? Are you reading a little bit? Are you, the idea is I'm promoting content that I feel would be somewhat valuable to you as a person who follows me on the platform. So again, that's the strategy I plan on employing. Now, how is that going to help me? Remember, when you're building your personal brand, the goal is to raise awareness of who you are, what you do, and what differentiates you from everybody else out there. And when you do that, what's important as a step number 2 is to bring value. Now, I'm doing this not to make money, but if I do a lot of this in the end, people might look at me more as an expert or as an authority in the future, seeing that they see my life revolves around everything e-commerce. If I say I am the most passionate e-commerce junkie guy that you'll ever meet, well, I'm not just saying it, I'm showing you. And that's what's important. When you're developing your personal brand, talk is cheap. You gotta show your actions. So for example, people say, well, are you a personal branding coach? I'm not a personal branding coach, by the way. Far from it. I'm sharing my experience in personal branding because I am actually doing it right now. I don't know what works, what doesn't. I'm learning, I'm executing, and now I'm showing it to others. I'm teaching others how to do it. That's the only way you can master a specific skill or a topic or whatever it is that you plan on mastering. There's no point in just learning if you're not going to take action. So I heard about medium.com. They say use it for personal branding, use it to blog, use it as a way to raise awareness. But if I'm not actually using it and executing on that knowledge that I've acquired, there's no point. So my goal with Medium is more about showing people, yeah, this is what I'm doing in personal branding, but to create interest in my passion, which is e-commerce. In the end, these people might either hire me, offer me a better job, a company might discover me and ask me to work with them. I might be asked to speak at an event. I might be asked to consult or advise a company. And all of these things lead to new opportunities. But you got to create content and you got to put it out there. So medium.com allows you to create that content. It allows you to distribute it through their platform using their app, their network, and all of their tools that they provide. They even provide you stats. And then in the end, you want to be discovered and valued in the end from those people that you're trying to reach. I hope this helps. It's pretty straightforward, nothing crazy. I hope that didn't take too long, but I was somewhat I just finished a Periscope about the topic and I said, you know what, let me record a video for the tribe and share with you exactly what it is that I'm planning on doing on Medium. So if you want to follow me there to see what I'm doing, and I'll update you hopefully a month from now. Again, they always say New Year resolutions, after a month you might stop. I don't know, I'm gonna try it. As long as I have the right tools, and I think that's one thing that matters, is developing the habit is one thing, but if you use the right tools like a smartphone, the smartphone is more, blogging for me took a while because I was taking notes on, let's say, Evernote about what is it that I want to blog. Then I had to write the content. Then I had to edit the content, optimize it for search engines, put a couple of pictures in there, modify those images, those graphics, and then share it on all these platforms. It just took a while. It required a lot of thinking. This, on the other hand, using the tools that Medium provides, it simplifies the whole process, making it easier for it to become a habit on a daily basis. And that's why I decided to call it diary. The fact that I'm putting it in my head as, well, oh crap, I didn't write diary day number 2, I forgot. I'm gonna go out there and write about it. It doesn't matter the title of my post. It's really day 2. What are the top 3 things I did today in e-commerce that will bring value to those who will take the time to read my post, or that will have somewhat of a inspiration of taking action within their business or personal stuff, whatever it is, But that's it. Hope you enjoy this, and if there are any questions, you can comment below and ask away, and that's it, really. Take care.